Alright, today I'm making a video on how to make a survival pack. You can use a backpack, or you can make it as small as an Altoids tin. Basically, there's a couple things that I have that you can use, but you really don't need too much, and I'll tell you. Alright, so, these are, good to have as food. You can make and do any kind of food. There's 5 cans right here, different stuff like beef stew, all that shit. You can minimize that down to pretty much anything, smaller than that, like ramen noodles or cup noodles, whatever. Binoculars, optional. Don't really need them, but I'll I'll tell you what you can use as like a different thing. What this is a crank radio / flashlight with clock. It can come in handy, if you're stuck somewhere and you want to listen to the radio about, if there's a natural disaster or whatever. Alright. What you're going to use to shoot animals is you can use a BB gun, as seen right here. This is a Remington Airmaster 77. It's like $85 at Walmart or Cabela's. It's like 750 feet per second, I think. But you can get one for $30 that's 600, and it's like a plastic rifle, but it's pretty good. It's like 30 or 45. Or you can use a slingshot, $2 at Walmart, put rocks in it or something like that. But I recommend the BB gun. Oh, and for binoculars, you can use a scope. Next thing, this is in between optional, and you need, it's a pot, a pan, or whatever, a fryer, whatever you want to call it. A plate, a cup, a fork, a knife and a spoon. They're all in one thing. You really don't need it, but it'll come in handy if you ever do need it. Yeah, you can buy that at Walmart Sports Authority. Mountain House food. This is like dehydrated, and then you just pour hot water into it. Usually they serve 2 if you get the bigger one. Yeah, that can come in handy. Right here is a knife sharpener. It broke, but it still works. The shorter part of it. Here, see, broken now. And there is a knife, Swiss Army. It's like the basic one. It's not the small one. I don't feel like taking it out. And there's a multi-tool from Walmart for $10 by Ozark Trail, which is kind of a cheap company, but it can come in handy. The metal isn't that great on the blade, but it doesn't matter. And there's a 3-inch knife. It's a pretty big one. It was like $5 at Walmart. Basically that. The metal on it is kind of cheap, but it can come in use. And a knife is a must-have. You don't have to have all 3 of them like I do, but, I'm just showing you the different types that you can use. I'm probably only going to put one of them. This is a signaling device. This is kind of like a must-have. It's a whistle with a really bright LED on it. It has a temperature gauge, and the compass fell off, but I have another one. That can be pretty handy, and you probably really want to have that. This is kind of like it's an axe. You can use it to cut down trees, obviously. Start a fire, whatever. It's kind of in between must-have and in between, so, yeah. That's an inflatable pillow. You don't need that. Wisp, which is like really small portable toothbrushes. You can go buy those at CVS or whatever for like $3. It comes with 4 of them. Right there, and that's a space blanket. That's kind of like a must. You don't really need it. I mean, you actually really need it, but, yeah, what it can do is make shelter and attract heat. There's a lot of uses for it, but, yeah, you don't want that. If you're making a smaller one, you really don't need it too much, but since I have the room for it, I'll do it, and it's not too heavy. This, if you're gonna need this because, well, what it is a fishing box, like a 50-cent one at Walmart, with hooks, and those little plastic fish things, and some line on the top and tape around it holding it together. That can be really useful to have, but, you kind of need it, but you don't really need it. It's in between. Hand warmers, those are in between. It's your choice. All this stuff that's in between is optional. It's your choice. My opinion is that, one time I was out camping, and it was really cold, and they came in use, so, yeah, and they last like 8 hours for one of them. I have like 10 of them right there. Medical kit, that's a must-have. That one comes with everything. And this little box, the blue one right there, that has a couple screws, a couple nails, a razor, some paper as like tinder, or you can write on it. That's in between, more towards the must side, but doesn't matter too much. Playing cards, that's optional. Compass, right there. You should get one of these at Walmart that's like this, because if you just get a plain compass, it's not worth it, really, because if you get like one with a mirror, it can be used as a signaling device or a fire. Or, whatever a mirror is for. I mean, like, whatever you want to use a mirror for. Signaling, all that stuff. A compass, basic compass. That's like a 3-foot ruler. That's optional, but I kind of, might be useful. if you're gonna pack like a lot of food, I found a way. You know, you probably already know this, but a pretty easy way to like make more space for it. You can put it inside of those right there. You know, in the plate or inside of the pan. You know, it'll save room for you and be easier to pack more stuff. Yeah, moving on. 4 Nalgene 32-ounce bottles. Those obviously you're gonna need water. You can also get water purification tablets, but I don't have them right now. Yeah, those will purify the water in like 30 minutes or whatever. This is in between. You know, if you're making a small one, you really don't need this. Like if you have a smaller one, like the size of that bag, you probably just want to get a space blanket. This is a sleeping bag. It keeps you warm up to like -20. It's a pretty good one, but it's worth the 30. It's not like a cheap one. It's pretty nice. A tent. This one was 20 bucks at Walmart. It's Ozark Trail, a cheap company, but it'll do the job. You know. And this little waterproof box right here called OtterBox is my fire kit, so you know to make a fire. What it has is a flint and magnesium thing, this thing called a relightable match I bought on eBay for 3 for 9 cents, or 99 cents, and this lighter, obviously. Yeah, it's in a waterproof box because you know you don't want to get your fire making stuff wet, but yeah, you can use matches. They sell Strike Anywhere matches on eBay for like $3 for a pack because they're actually pretty expensive, but those can come matches, anything to make fire, that's a must-have. There's electrical tape. You know, you really don't need that, but I kind of wanted it, so it's in between. Toilet paper. This isn't like you know, one you just go find in any store. This is like an Ozark Trail one you find in the camping section. It doesn't have a thing in the middle. It's just pretty small. You know, come in handy, but you really don't need. This is pretty much for like, you know, when you go on like, you know, when you're planned camping and all that stuff. But if you're making a small one, you don't need that, obviously. This is not a must, but it's almost a must. You're gonna need rope. This has many uses. I won't go through all of them, but yeah. Flashlight. This is a must, but you know, must for the big kit. This one I didn't crank it yet, but it's a crank flashlight. Use crank because then you won't have to use battery. Pens and pencils. It used to be my old school backpack, and I just found them and I was like, screw it, I'll keep it. This is a bag. Basically, you know, you can just open it up. It's like a tote bag or whatever, and put all stuff in there. It has a little pouch and everything. Yeah, you can just put some stuff in there, like if you're going like hunting or whatever. You can put, you know, dead animals, whatever you want to use it for. I found myself using that a couple times. Yeah, the gun you're gonna want, as I already said. Yeah, and it all fits in this little bag right there. Alright, I don't have too much time, but peace out.